Hello YouTubers, this is the noobifier. Today we got an Invictus launch week Postmortem summary from Sean Tracy, Richard Tyrer, Ian Leyland, Todd Pappy, and Tony Z. I have the original post linked in the description. It is 4,500 words on 17 pages unformatted, so here's what you need to know in 3 minutes and 15 seconds. The Fleet Week celebration included a free fly as part of its celebration, and some things didn't go as planned, so CIG intends to do these reports after each major launch from now on. They said that despite the 30K, the bugs, the clipping, the inability to log in, that it was, from a testing perspective, a huge success. There were many firsts, including the introduction of cap ships, event triggers, and integration between in and out of game events. The month of May then was both an economic success with a record-breaking $15+ million in funding, plus a growth in the number of citizens and backers, plus testing feedback. The 12-day event alone was greater than any single month up to that point in the entire history of operation. They acknowledged the huge service disruption that resulted in general frustration. They thought that they were ready for the traffic, and they weren't ready for double. Over the next couple paragraphs, they said, sorry, it won't happen again, and they plan to deal with it by scaling in the future. They said once again that they know that it's frustrating for the players, but very valuable for the dev team. They continue to speak about individual components from patch 3.9x. The new Unified Friends service was a success and very well received from the players, who can now more easily link up and join with their friends. Being that it's linked in Spectrum and having a drop-down search was a massive leap forward. Prisons were adjusted to prevent the 30-second speed runs, and they noticed a change in player behavior as the risk of prisons was added. They confirmed that there were several frustrating bugs that have been addressed for 3.10, plus the addition of more depth and polish to the AI and prison gameplay. The current prison sentences are shorter than intended, and they also mentioned that the rescue pickup of inmates from other players is also currently much easier than finally intended. They plan to add prison gangs, more melee, they want to add mission givers, shady guards, and crime bosses to occupy your interest during your longer stay. Character actor status links many aspects from your character, animations, environment, items, and more into each other for differing results, either hunger, thirst, heat, cold, wind, vision, or movement. It replaced what was very simple, that just the player would suffocate when exposed to space. The player character is now affected by the environment in a multitude of ways, and this has meaningful gameplay elements that each need to be dealt with. Its implementation was a unique design challenge due to the wide variation of situations and environments that the player would see. They plan to add better audio cues that'll warn the player of the situation, and they plan to continue to flesh out the system through your gear choices, props, and more diverse environments. The point of this system was to enrich the player experience, provide a level of tension, and to give you consequences for planning poorly. They spoke about some improvements to local game VoIP. They spoke about optimizations and how game rounds would be addressed in AC, Star Marine, and in the future of Theaters of War. They were happy with the first deployment of the Inner Thought radial menu and are moving forward with optimizations for its possible hundreds of bindable functions and actions. They spoke about New Babbage, simply saying that they're happy with it and that they're adding more in 3.10. They spoke some about the rest stop stations. They spoke about Prison some more and Surface Caves, and they ended with a breakdown of the new Price of Freedom mission. They said that based on lessons learned, it was fairly quick to put this mission together. Boarding the 890 jump offered a nice mixture of flight, EVA, and FPS that provided a more complete game experience. The community feedback from testing was appreciated, and they listed future fixes to polish the missions even further. That's it. Fly safe, and I'll see you in the verse.